Greetings. This is Paul the Poke from PaulthePoke.com. Today's topic, we have a red heifer update. We are August 16, 2020, and the Temple Institute has 3 candidates. So here's the latest from the Temple Institute and their quest for a pure red heifer. Just check out the video posted here below on YouTube. It is in Hebrew, so you have to turn on the captions and options to see what the guy's saying. This would be Rabbi Azariah Ariel, what he's saying in English. And he is leading the Temple Institute's efforts to raise a red heifer for the performance of the commandment of producing the purifying ashes of the red heifer. Recently inspected the current red heifer candidates and shared their status. So all this stuff is from the Temple Institute. And of the 2 more mature candidates, one is still very viable, as Rabbi Azariah explains, despite currently having a few hairs which aren't sufficiently red as required by halakha, or Jewish law. 2 new candidates were born in the early months of 2020, and they are currently viable. The ordinance of the red heifer is described in Numbers 19. The purifying power of the ashes of the red heifer possess the ability to overcome the spiritual impurity contracted via physical contact with a corpse or cadaver, known in the Hebrew as tamei met. The renewal of the ashes of the red heifer would enable the Kohanim, those are priests, today to achieve the highest level of spiritual purity, enable them to resume their work in the Holy Temple, thereby eliminating one more stumbling block on the way to rebuilding the Holy Temple and renewing the divine service. Rabbi Azariah also mentions just a few of the many other commandments whose performance will be enabled by or enhanced by the resumption of the ashes of the red heifer. Now, the following is Rabbi Azariah's words translated into English. Again, just activate the closed caption icon bottom right of the screen beneath the video to see this in English. And here's a quote of the text. We are hoping with, they will not say God's help, to raise a kosher red heifer with the intention of fulfilling the commandment of creating the ashes of the red heifer and thus enabling all of Israel to be purified from the impurity of tamei met, and thereby be able to perform many commandments that required spiritual purity, such as trumah and ma'as aro, or tithes, and many commandments whose proper performance are reliant on the purifying power of the ashes of the red heifer. In the meantime, we are standing next to a red heifer candidate whose status is somewhat uncertain. She bears a patch of hair that is not currently sufficiently red, but there is a very real possibility that these hairs will redden before too long, and then we will return and check her again, with the hope that she will, at that time, be kosher for the performance of the commandment of the red heifer. So, if you're interested, click on the link below at thetempleinstitute.org. We got 3 red heifers we're going to be checking on and following closely any news coming out of the Temple Institute. We're coming up on the fall feasts. That appears to be very interesting setup for this year. The month of Elul starts Friday, August 21st, 2020, on a Gregorian calendar. So we're about 5 days from kicking off the season of Teshuvah, or the idea of repent, what we call that in the English, repent. And we'll have stuff coming out. It's a 40-day period that closes on the Day of Atonement. So, interesting times. We got all kinds of Israel's neighbors talking about peace with Israel. The latest this morning was Lebanon. I think I've heard Cameroon, Bahrain is likely to sign next. The Saudis are out there. Lots of stuff. Maybe Oman. So they said there's going to be several. We'll see what happens. I know communications with the internet and telephone calls have been opened with the United Arab Emirates between the Emirates and Israel. Also, they're working together now on COVID. Lots of things happening. So keep an eye on what's going on in the Middle East. Keep an eye on Israel. That's how to view all this stuff through the Bible and God's lens. So appreciate you guys following along. If you're interested, you can type in your name here at the blue bar. Sometimes there's a gray bar. There isn't today. But get an email notification every time we put something out. News flow stands to reason we'll be picking up. So we'll be keeping a close eye on everything. So we try to put something out at least 4 times a week. Could be more than that through the next couple of months. And this is going to be categorized under prophecy, trend update, and red heifer. You got to have red heifer update. So people are very interested in the red heifer updates. You guys have a great day. Take care. Be careful out there. Bye.